Hello everybody, and we're in line for one of our last blind box reviews. I think I have 3 to do after this, which is great. Yeah. If you like what you see in the blind box today, please upvote the video. Do not do it based on my commentary, because my commentary is awful. But thumbs up the video if you like what was done with the actual comics, and that they're with each other and all that kind of jazz, or if it's shotgun style where they're all amazing, if they worked up to something great. Yeah. So I don't know who submitted this video, this blind box, until the very end. You can tell I am tired of reviewing blind boxes, but I'm going to still keep going and give it my best. Sorry about my squeaky chair. Alright, so you know what I'm looking at? Here's my camera. Here's the comics. Here's the comics for you. Here is my face, so I look there a lot because I'm narcissistic. And the rest is work, and work has been crazy this morning, so I apologize if I look distracted. It is just awful. Okay. Star Wars DJ Most Wanted. Yes. There was so much Star Wars hype, and it's kind of easing off now, and this comic has kind of seen the worst of that. There's another blind box with the movie variant in it. There's another variant of an overhead shot of him laying on a cot. If we see this character, if we see DJ in Star Wars again, guaranteed he'll be behind bars again. Some people complained. There's some Star Wars knowledge. Sorry. Some people complained that his character kind of screwed up the weapons history for Star Wars. Whoa! Star Wars. So I guess there was an explanation why Star Wars weaponry went in 2 different directions for the Empire and the Rebels, etc., etc., etc. There's a lot of explaining there, and then him coming in and going, "Oh, we sell to both sides." It kind of obliterated all that history, and some of it didn't quite make sense. So, $3 comic. Yeah. I like that Star Wars has entered back into the comic world, because I think they were so important to comics back in '77, etc. Okay. So here's another spec cover. Eternals 5, 6. This is Ajak. Now, Ajak is the communicator with the Celestials. He is a Siberian Eternal, which makes him Polar Eternal. In the movie that's gonna come out, you will notice a change from this Polar Eternal to the next. One is that the character becomes the leader of the Eternals, which is not a stretch of the imagination by any means, and in fact is true in some comics and versions of the comics. Remember, this comic came out both in 75-ish or 80s, and more modern, right? Like 2 years ago, a year ago. The big difference is that Salma Hayek a great female actress is going to play the role. So, we'll see how the audience handles that. I don't think Eternals are well known enough for people to get upset about it. Yeah. Transformers number 15. Nice early Transformers. Transformers comics do not read well. This is once again the cartoon / the comic / the toys. And for Transformers, the toys were where the money was, and then the cartoon, and then the comics. And it really reads that way. Okay, so how to explain this? This story is about Robot Master, who is thought to be the leader of the Transformers. But Optimus Prime knows nothing about him. What it ends up being is a hoax, a way to make, ploy to make money by, I think it's the newspapers or something, or the magazines or something. And Megatron just goes along with it. So that's why you have this weird double print where it says Robot Master, the man behind the machines, number 15, 75 cents, etc., etc., etc. On top of a Transformers, 15 cents, etc., 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 etc. It's cool. We have another note here. Get rid of those notes. So, Captain Marvel, number 46. And you can put money on how many times I'm going to say Captain America instead of Captain Marvel. This is the first appearance of Supremo. Is it? Did this come out before? To the internet. That's what I thought. Okay, hang on. Number 46. Okay. It's okay. I get you. I get what you're trying to do here. Okay. Is this... So I'm going to probably piss this person off and I don't know who it is. This is on this comic. Okay. First appearance of Supremor. Wrong. I think. In Fantastic Four 65 in 1967, they introduced a character called Supreme Intelligence, which, if you read Fantastic Four, I should not do videos before 1 p.m. Um, if you read Fantastic Four, Supreme Intelligence is not a new name. In 46, we found out that Supreme Intelligence also goes by Supremor. Does that mean it's his first appearance? This first appearance stuff is such a mess. Anyway, the script is by Claremont. It's a really good read. The bad guys in this kind of trick Captain Marvel into submission. It's kind of a cool read. It's a $4 comic. It's a $4 comic. First cover of Riri as Ironheart. Yes, I pronounce it Riri. Some people pronounce it Rai Rai. I pronounce it Riri and have it remind me of Rihanna. So in this, it's kind of yes, it's the first cover, and the price indicates so. Which should tell you something about the previous comic. Anyhow. So, this is a telling of Riri's origin story to some degree. She's working on some tech in a garage. She meets Natalie. She wishes that the tech was smaller. Natalie kind of realizes the implications of the tech, saying that this could be really awesome and a real, step forward. And they're having a barbecue, I think, and some people do a drive-by shooting in the neighborhood, and everyone dives for cover. But not before Riri's stepdad is killed and Natalie is killed too. So she kind of gets a new energy to continue on her project and make it count. And while she does that, a suited man appears and gives her a box of, forget if it's a box or a briefcase, labeled Stark Industries. I like this character. We will see what MCU does with Ironheart. Yeah. So I think that's going to dictate where these comics go. But I like the character. I like the backstory. I like a lot about this. I wish that the kid we met in Iron Man 2 or 3 was a little more along these lines. Like he was... it would have been better for me if he was further along in his technical savviness, and then was introduced to Iron Man. Yeah. $15. $15 comic. So incoming. I don't know what to think of incoming. This says 1 per store party sketch variant. When you can get your hands... I don't think a 1 per store is as rare as even maybe a 1 in 50. Well, and it depends on the store. I think comic owners will probably order 50 titles for the most well-known comics, and that certainly is not going to be incoming. This is a very nice cover, and it's on a very good quality comic. It's unbelievable, actually. You'll notice that each person that's drawn here, they have celestial drawings on their face, like a star field. So that's good. There's that. But lots of heroes and incoming. Okay storyline. 1 per store. Suddenly pushes the value up. So how the 1 per whatever work is if the comic store or diamond dealer buys 50 copies of a comic, they are then authorized to purchase 1 more, and that 1 more is the 1 of 50. It is not like a blind box or a mystery box where 1 in 50 could be this cover. They actually have to go and order that extra copy, and they get it at the lower price. Some places are now selling the 1 in, when I say some places, Diamond or Lucia, when they sell, or Luna, sorry, when they sell the 1 in 50, you can also buy it at a higher price and not have to fill the 50. So if you want these rarer variants, you either have to go with quite a big comic book store, Mile High, Midtown, Atomic, or so that they're ordering that many, or you can actually request it from your comic book store. It's going to be expensive. Example of this is there is a 1 in 3,000, 5,000, 1 in 3,000, 5,000 comic coming, that's signed by John Wick, etc., etc., etc. actor. It's 1 in 5,000. No comic shop's going to buy 5,000 copies of whatever comic that's coming on. So they put a price on it of 2,500 or 2,600 or something. I don't know. Is it worth it? Probably not. Probably not. But they made the news, and that's what matters. Another $15 comic. It's a very pretty comic. I wish it was slightly lighter in color. In person, it's quite dark. The camera's shedding some light on it. And this is our final one for this blind box. So, Last Ronin. 71 variants. 71 variants! All turtles are dead except for this last one. They have been slowly revealing through flashbacks how the turtles died. I think Casey Jones is still alive. For some reason, the most unskilled person, other than April O'Neil, that team up with the turtles survived the apocalypse war against the turtles. They're in a walled New York City, and it's like the sticker says, it's a hot title. It is definitely a hot title. RGB variant. It's a well posed turtle cover as well. I think anytime you have a Ronin cover where the turtle's using his weapons, so he's not only using the bow staff but also the samurai sword, that's cool. It's very, very cool. I'm gonna put this comic around $60, $50 to $60. It might go up higher. The thing that really hurt these last Ronins was how many variants there were. It also had a lot of hype going into it. So much hype. And it's actually survived the hype. It's one of the few comics that have actually survived the hype. And that's because it's actually a good comic. It's a good read. Would I crack open a $60 comic and read it? Sure. Would you? Probably not. So, get it digitally. Get a digital copy of it and read it. It's a good read. And that's it. Okay, so let's go through these again. We have The Last Ronin RGB variant. Number 1. This is number 1. Incoming with a great black and white team pick. 1 per store. Invincible Iron Man with Riri as Ironheart. Great comic to read. Sorry, people. Captain Marvel number 46. Is it really Supremo's first comic? I personally don't think so. Transformers number 15. Who is Robert Meister? Robert Meister! Forward! Things are getting weird. Eternals number 5. Don't be thrown off that Ajax is a female in the new movie. And DJ. Oh, lovely criminal. Who do we have? Whose box is this? There it is. Bin City. Oh, we have something else from him. Thank you and enjoy. Hope every box is epic. I like that. That's cool. That's very cool. Bin City box. Bin City. I think it's Bin City boxes. We shorthand everything here. And it screws the pooch sometimes. Sorry. Just making sure everyone's getting their full fill. Where are you, Ben? There. Bin City Books. Not boxes. Bin City Books. He was way down on my chat list on Instagram because he has not bothered me like some of the other people. Sorry, I don't mean in that way. I mean, he just hasn't contacted me after the initial transaction. Great, Ben. If you like this set of comics that belongs to this blind bin, please upvote this video. Bin City Books needs your upvotes so that they can win the People's Choice Award. Don't base it on my commentary. I'm a mess today. So please, don't judge them based on me. Judge them based on what they put in this box. Thank you, everyone. Hope you have a good one.